Like, girl, you know we forever, girl. We gotta do better, don't you cry over this phone, girl. Get yourself together, I can buy you a new Benz, girl. Your seats will be leather, yeah. We didn't got it in now, so we cannot be friends now. Alone all again, I'm alone all again, yeah. Here you go, keep telling your friends that it's over again, yeah. I don't like the sound of that, girl, yeah. It's making me sick, yeah. Every time I'm calling your phone, you be out with your friends, yeah. I slide in, I got you streaming to the top of your lungs. I like a hoe, we might go slow, but it ain't nowhere to run. You're my angel, baby. Come comfort me when I'm asleep. I seen you with them, girl, and it made my stomach weak. Yeah, it's over again. Yeah, it's over again. Yeah, it's over again. I can't believe it's over again. Yeah, it's over again. Yeah, it's over again. Yeah, it's over again. Yeah. I slide in, I got you screaming to the top of your lungs. I like a hoe, we might go slow, but it ain't nowhere to run. You're my angel, baby. Come comfort me when I'm asleep. I seen you with them, girl, and it made my stomach weak.
What's the word?
I love you, Benji.
What's the word? What's the word? Fifi, you in this thing. You the new B Hogan. Man, what up? What up? Y'all on tonight, man. As always, hope y'all enjoyed y'all week. And what y'all got planned for this weekend coming up, man? Y'all let me know. Don't be shy. What's the word? Let's see. We're gonna kick this thing off. I'm gonna share this thing out myself. Jonas, what's up, man? How you doing? How was your week? What you got planned for the weekend, man? How everybody doing today? Let's get into it. Yeah, I'm just sharing this out, y'all, man. We're gonna get this thing cranked up. All right, yeah, we can get this thing started, man. Got a dog. You got a dog you giving away to a kid with autism on Sunday. Shout out to you, bro. That's a good move, man. We can we can use a lot of that in the community. We can use a lot of that. Ain't no word really, man. We're gonna do this pedigree tonight. Try and make it good. Have some fun, like always. We are Friday. We getting ready to get into the weekend. A lot of y'all probably got some shows planned. Uh, whatever y'all did this week. Talk to me. Let me know what y'all on so we can get this thing moving. So, tonight, tonight I'm gonna do a pedigree. It's a breeding that my brother put together. What's up, Joe? It's a breeding that my brother put together. It's one of the ones we looked at last year. We lined it up. We was gonna do this breeding, and she hasn't been back in heat and man, she definitely blew by her schedule. 9, going on 10 months. So that's where we at with it now. But this something he had put together, you know. We, mostly him, but we. And this breeding, I'm this something I gotta see it through. I don't know if y'all know or don't know. My brother passed away last Friday. And we had his funeral today. So, last week we didn't really do a ped talk. I kind of just I talked a bit about my brother and his memory. This week we're gonna do a ped talk, and it's gonna be one that bro put together. And next week we'll get back to the regular scheduled program. So, you know, that's what it is. If you're looking to get on tonight or something like that, it's not gonna be that type of party. I apologize to y'all if that's what you were looking forward to. But we'll definitely get back on that though next week, man. This is no big deal. What we got going on out here? Is this the one you wanted to talk about that night he was on here? Yeah, this one. I told him to chill out on it. I was like, it ain't happened yet, bro. Don't put it out there. Don't jinx it or whatever. But yeah, this is one. And it should be fun. It's a good one. You know how to breed, so what I mean. The pedigree gonna be all right. But really don't even want to hold it up too much and talk crazy. What up? What up, Marcus? I love you too, bro. I love you. I don't want to talk too crazy and go all over the place with it tonight. So, what I want to do is I want to jump into this one, get into the meat and potatoes, and let's break this down and go back and forth and see what y'all think about it. And, just be honest. Let's get it started though. As always, these are my views and opinions, just like everybody else. If you don't like it, move around respectfully, right? Or, create your own channel. Let's talk about your views and opinions. I love to join in and chop it up with y'all. Let's go there. You got this. Do this pedigree. Which way you're feeling, your emotions take you. I don't know how else to do it. I don't be having no script. I don't do no planning. We just gonna go from the hip, push forward that way. Let me get this up on the screen. We'll get it going. Ooh. Let's try and bring this to a full surface. Let me see if I can do that. All right, I don't know how much better that made it for y'all, but I hope it made it somewhat better because the pictures be small, the words be small. I know y'all looking from y'all phone, but I'm sitting in front of a computer, so it's gonna look different. It's gonna look a little different. I don't know where to start, right? This a good one. I really don't know where to start. But once I get going, then we gone. Why can't you see the comments? I don't know, Fifi, where you at? You on my DCB Ray Wilson page, or you on Different Cloth Bullies? I don't know. Whichever page you on, try the other one. Try Different Cloth Bullies. Hopefully you can see some comments over there. I really don't know. Yeah, we know we used to it. This isn't our first Ped Talk, Hey, Orlando, what is going on? You on the DCB Ray Wilson. Hey, try going to Different Cloth Bullies and tell me if you see the comments there. But if you always been tuned in this way, it shouldn't be nothing new to it. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Orlando, what is up? What is up? Tapping in from OKC. Hey man, I appreciate you. All right. I think we're gonna start with the father, bro. To be honest, I think we're gonna start with the father. Hey, this is Blue Notes Bullies Call on Tyrone. It's the father here, right? Let's get into let's get into his dad, right? Let's get into that. Blue Notes, Rock Me Baby, Otis, right? Blue Notes, they got musical names, right? You will see the pattern, man. A lot of musical names. So check this out. Otis is a Rowdy Town son. Let's go down here. Blue Notes, One in a Million, a Rowdy Town daughter. Let's go back up here. Blue Notes, Deja, Otis, mama. Let's go down here. One in a Million, Deja, daughter. All right. So what are we looking at? Litter mates. Okay. Litter mates. Blue Notes, Otis, and One in a Million are litter mates. All right. Track that. It's not hard to follow. Let's track that. Kayla, she said she whelped some Tyrone pups. Why am I not bringing these up on the screen? I'm tripping. Oh, nice. I whelped some Tyrone pups. They were beautiful. Good. Yo, I like Tyrone. He's a nice one. So let's see how it turns out. Hopefully it goes well for us. All right. So these are litter mates. Then let's look the other way. Blue Notes, Badu, no Grim or Rocco. Oh man, unfortunately not. This is my other side of my foundation blood that I work with that I didn't take to Grim or Rocco because we know my brother in the foresight, he know we gonna always need a out. We gonna always need a out. And that's what we've been lining up as well to make sure that we have the perfect out to go to, because it's no point of out crossing to a dog that's not line bred. You feel me? So we really dug in on this shit. We took the blood one way and then we kept the blood going where it was already at, right? And of course, in some point in the future, you better believe it's gonna collide again. But let's get back to it. Badu, One in a Million, here, One in a Million, Rowdy Town daughter. Okay. Also, Badu's mom. So we know what's behind Blue Notes 1 in a Million, right? Rowdy Town. And Deja. We see it here. It's also up here. This is Jaws. Look at this. Badu's dad is Jaws. Badu's mom is Blue Notes 1 in a Million. What else do we see? Similar to that, people. Whaley herself. This female, bottom, Whaley, front picture, first gen, Whaley has the same pedigree as Badu, right? Let's follow it. Whaley and Badu are litter mate sisters. Okay. So let's follow this again. Blue Notes 1 in a Million and Otis are litter mates. Whaley is Tyrone's aunt from the mom's litter. All right, we tracking. I hope I ain't losing y'all because I know this pedigree a little too well, so I can probably speak on it really fast. I'm not trying to run through it too quickly because we've been looking at this pedigree for over a year now, breaking it down, crisscrossing it, seeing what else. But long story short, slow me down if I'm moving too fast. I'm going too slow. Y'all get it. Tell me to hurry up. All right, boom. Badu, Whaley, right? Auntie to nephew breeding. But not just that, the tops and the bottom of the opposite sides are also litter mates. So you can take this thing back as far as you want it to go back. It's gonna be line bred because what we did on the top, we did the opposite on the bottom. You get what I'm saying? Let me see. Hopefully that makes sense, right? Let me try to make sense of it for y'all. Like what we did on the top, the bottom mirrors it in the opposite way. Pedigrees got males on the top, females on the bottom, right? So what happened with the male, we bred it female direction. What we did with the female, we bred a male from the litter mate of that in the opposite direction. So we lined that up, and then we took it. Once we got one of the litter mate sisters, we bred it back to the nephew of a litter mate from that came from another, a few gens back litter mate. So what you will see is you'll see consistency in the pedigree. The top will start to look like the bottom, if it makes sense, man. It's levels to it, right? It's an art. So if you look at this, the top will start to look like the bottom. You will see Rowdy Town, Deja, Jaws, 1 in a Million, right? And then you got Rowdy Town, Deja. Here's Jaws, a generation closer, 1 in a Million, right? You're gonna see this. Rowdy Town, Deja, 1 in a Million, Jaws. You go to the top, Rowdy Town, Deja, 1 in a Million, Jaws. And then we moved a generation closer. We took one of the Jaws kids, right? This Jaws kid back to the Rowdy Town kid gives you Tyrone. And then bottom side, this Rowdy Town kid bred to Jaws gives you Whaley, who is also Tyrone's aunt. That's how this pedigree goes. I mean, we can go behind this, but it's gonna keep this same pattern, But just to show you, let's look at Lycan. Lycan is gonna give you Chomper, Derby City Situation. You're gonna see Rowdy Town again, and you're gonna see Situation, right? This is gonna keep going. It's gonna be lined up. However, we decide to go back on this, go down to Dabby, you're gonna get Chomper, and this pedigree isn't incorrect, but this is also Situation. All right. However y'all want to do it. Oh yeah, Rowdy Town himself. Right. Situation son. So you're gonna see that repeat for the most part. It's gonna be some Rowdy Town. It's gonna be Situation. It's gonna be Chomper. But all in all, they're going back through Situation. So Chomper and Rowdy Town, they're sons of Situation. So really, that's what this pedigree really is. You're gonna see Situation. I'm sorry, Rowdy Town, who's a son of Situation. All right, there you go. Situation. Rowdy Town. Jaws, it's gonna take you back to Situation. Blue Notes, 1 in a million. She's gonna take you back to Rowdy Town to Situation. Right, same thing. Lycan, he's gonna do the same thing. Situation. Right? So even if we go back behind these dogs, you're going to see the same pattern. Rowdy Town, Situation, Rowdy Town, Chomper, Situation. You know what I mean? Like once you start looking at these dogs and these pedigrees a lot, man, these patterns start to emerge. The patterns start to emerge from these dogs easily. Brian, what's going on? I called you Brian. Oh yeah, Brian Tremette. What's up, bro? How you been? Man, once you do these pedigrees to a certain extent, man, the patterns just jump out, especially when it's your own. You know what I mean? You really gonna understand like what you created and why you're creating it, especially when you're breeding with a purpose. And I can tell you now, the purpose of this breeding is we're bringing height in, and we are trying to have a outcross with a lot of confirmation, and structure. Because right now we breeding a lot of extreme dogs, and realistically, how long can we do that before it starts to break down? So the goal is to have this, what have you, cleanup crew that can also keep height there, because the way the game is trending, the dogs are getting shorter. People are starting to like micros. That's what people are going for. But we never was like trying to keep up with what everybody else were doing. It was all about what we were trying to do, and we noticed that we was losing a lot of height in the dogs. So it's like, all right, so this is what's happening when we go this way, and then we see Whaley's littermate was bred a certain way, and they produced a standard, which is Tyrone, or Call on Tyrone. He's a standard dog. So we see that her littermate was bred a certain way, and they not only kept the height, they got more. So we definitely want this so that we can preserve our balance moving forward. We can always have that outcross there to tie back into. So the height is still there, the structure is there, and it's beautiful. Tyrone is, Whaley is, well, that whole program, right? That's Blue Notes Bullies. Molly Fuchs, she's been around for a while, and if you ever get a chance to check out Blue Notes Bullies, I would suggest you do that if you are into Rowdy Town, right? And she mostly breeds for standards. Sometimes you get pockets, whatever, how this goes, right? And she has a great program. She's out of Georgia. So she's not Reliance. She's not Reliance. It may look similar, but most of her things come through Rowdy Town. And if you go back further on her female that she bred to Rowdy Town, that blood comes from Rock and Ruby. So it may look similar to Reliance, but I promise you it's not, which is why she normally breeds taller pockets and shorter standard size dogs. So I really love that program. You get a chance to check her out, Molly Fuchs, Blue Note Bullies, right? So that's something we was working on to keep us situated for when we go too extreme. Almost my whole yard derived from my Rowdy Town grandson. Now I'm about to mix it with some of this new stuff just to see how it turns out. Yeah, Pat. I love Rowdy Town. You know what I mean? Rowdy Town to me is he's one of them dogs that I feel like people might overlook. You know what I mean? But not for us. Not for us. We got Rowdy Town and Rowdy Town through like mixed up with our jaws. We got Rowdy Town mixed into like some of our homicide stuff. And then, that was most of our foundation. And we took that through a lot of grim blood. A lot, right? A lot of times. And then we also kept it over here untainted, maybe. You can say how you want to say it, right? But we're keeping that blood pure, true to what it is. Like we're inbreeding it, rebreeding it back to other family members so that it stays strong, right? Until we're ready for that outcross. Then once we do that outcross, we got that outcross, but we still also by that time we'll find out another way to kind of keep the avenues going separately. We're gonna have that Rowdy Town thing going on, and we're gonna have that Grim and whatever else thing going on, and occasionally they'll kiss each other. Something to come from it, and they'll go their separate ways. And then we'll end up with three things at some point, right? We'll end up with that Grim and stuff. We'll end up with that outcross in the middle, and then we'll still have that foundation that we're still breeding and bringing to the future. So that's a lot. That's a lot of information, right? But that's an outlook. These puppies drop. They take year and a half, 2 years to mature for a female before you can breed them. If you decide to use a male, you might be lucky to do that in 10 months. If your male is promising, then you can see that potential in him at 10 months. You can start to incorporate that back into your program. But the things that I'm speaking on, that this stuff is years down the line, right? That's just the way it goes. Yeah, what it do, man? That's my boy Scott. Why is that? So look, I always ask y'all this, man. Where do we go next with with that pedigree? Do we line breed it or do we outcross it, man? Do we line breed it or do we outcross it? I mean, I kind of just told y'all what I'm gonna do, but what would you do? You know what I mean? Like me, I'm doing both. I'm doing both. I guess I answered the question, right? I'm doing both because it's a blood that I know that I am going to outcross and that I am also going to need to preserve. I have no choice but to do both. So I will outcross it and I will continue to line breed it. As it gets tighter, yeah, I'll probably line breed it still, but to looser things to where the similar dogs start to be further back in the pedigree, or maybe I start running back to grandparents or great grandparents. Dogs like Lycan and Chomper, they're still alive. Otis, Otis is still alive, which is Tyrone's dad, right? Father. Rowdy Town, he's not, but you probably can find straws, whatever, right? It's not hard to continue to line breed. You have to try to not line breed. You know what I mean? If that's really what you're trying to do. It says we're more alike than I thought, but people think I'm crazy because how I breed. But you just verified I'm not crazy as they think. Nah, Pat, you wrong, bro. We both fucking crazy. You know what I mean? That's why I told you, Pat, when you asked me something about breeding into a corner, or I told you I'm trying to breed myself into a corner. You know what I mean? Because I'm not afraid. I got these two things running parallel And when they hit that corner, the only thing I can do is collide both of them and that explosion. Boom. That should, set me off at a point where you can probably really say, this is the beginning of my blood, because that's gonna take generations, right? Before you get into a corner. And if you run in 2, 3 different things, you get what I'm saying. It ain't gonna really be in a corner, but that's what I'm trying to do. That's yeah, right. That's the goal, right? You need to be able to do whatever with the female. You want the blood to be so tight that even when you breed to a scatterbred dog, at least the top or the bottom side is, you know, the top or the bottom look like something that can produce, right? So yeah, that's the goal for me. It's to do both. It's to line breed and to outcross. That's the thing, man. That's pure foundation, man. Go out first, then. No, man. That don't make sense to me to do that, Pat. And I'm gonna tell you why. I think me and Joe had this conversation last week, maybe, where we had this discussion. And why I say it doesn't make sense to go out to come back is because you're gonna start to loosen the fabrics of your threads of whatever you're supposed to be sewing or knitting together to make it tighter. You're saying, let's loosen it up so we can tighten it up. That's pointless. To me, I don't think you should go out until you already got this tight enough. When you say, well, we can't get this any tighter, now let's go out. But if your goal is to stay here, then what are you going over there for? Because it's not time to go over there yet. If you think that you're going out to come back in, when it's time to go out, that means it's time to outcross. And then when you outcross, you want to call that coming back in? Maybe. I don't know. But I'm not going out to come back in. By the time I go out, I'm done. I've done all that I can do with this blood. If I feel like there's still more avenues for me to explore with this blood, I'm not loosening it up just to do what I could have did before and made it stronger for the outcross. My opinion. Outcross, I guess. Nah. Not tonight, bro. Not tonight, bro. No disrespect to you, man. I don't mean nothing by it, Trey. Not tonight, bro. Just one of them things I'm just doing for my brother. You wasn't on here earlier, but I mentioned that I'm gonna run through my brother's pedigree tonight. So this really, he ain't on here. So that's what it is, bro. No disrespect, bro. I love you, but not tonight. Or once Ped Talk is over, I can end it. We can start it up again. We can make it a free discussion. But this goes to my YouTube page, to my memories, and I'm gonna keep it locked in. All right. Casey, what's up, man? You already know what I would do. I don't know. I do know what you would do. Run it to brim. Run it to brim. Makes perfect sense when explained like that. Right. Yeah. I'm glad you understand that, bro. Sometimes it'd be, some difficulty with trying to view something the way somebody else views it, which is why this game be, the way it is. It's a good thing that everybody don't breed it like. But the way I feel is you can, if somebody tell you something and it makes sense, if you got too much pride to admit that it makes sense at that moment, just go home later and marinate on that thing. Like, write about it, research it, pull up the pedigrees. And if it really makes sense, maybe come back later and be like, okay, I thought about it a little bit. But also, it'd be a lot of not sharing information in the community or game. People afraid that somebody else gonna get ahead. I don't know, man. It's a competitive sport, bro. You know what I mean? Let's call a spade a spade. It's a competitive sport. The moment you bring money into it, people feel away. So half of the shit I say, I normally don't say. Does that make sense? Half the shit I say, I normally don't even say it. If you feel me, you feel me, right? Because I really don't even want it to make sense to most people, so it really ain't even no need to say it. But sometimes I fuck around and, I'll say something. Most people agree with it, most people don't. How do you know when it's time to go out? Are you looking at a COI number? No, I'm not. I'm not looking at a COI number. And so it's a few different ways you can tell when it's time to go out. I can tell you what I've heard, mostly what I heard, and I can also tell you what I know. Some people say that the dogs will start to show certain things, like maybe the tear ducts run a certain way. This is some stuff that I've heard, but I can't verify that. I've also, maybe the eyes start to get too close together. You ever seen a dog where you say, man, those eyes are kind of, those eyes are close together. When you do it and you have a litter and you start to see more clefts than normal. There's got to be more ways, right? You see those clefts. Well, if you do the breeding, you're gonna know. You're gonna know if you took it too far, because you're gonna see those pups. If it went too far, you'll know. Those pups are gonna show you certain defects that it's too highly inbred. But if you're trying to catch it before you do the breeding, if you're trying to say, well, these puppies turned out good, let me not do it again, I don't think I really know the answer to that. But COI could be an indicator depending on who you really talk to. Some people will tell you they like to stay between 15 to 20. Some people from 20 to 30. Some people like right around that 30 point. I really never heard too many people say they like to be over that 30. But I think, we got some dogs that are over that 30 and they still work, right? So honestly, if you're trying to catch it before you do it, I don't have an answer for you, bro. I'm sorry. I just personally haven't gotten there yet. And I don't know if because of our breed and the lack of studs that we have, like a lot of stuff come from the same foundation, how far out, how much of an impact that has once we start line breeding, inbreeding. When I think about the pit bulls, the gene pool was way bigger. The gene pool was way bigger. So it was not uncommon to breed litter mates. It was not uncommon to breed parents. Even especially like you taking your outcross blood and then you bring it back together. That was not uncommon because it didn't always tie together. It didn't always go back to like a Dax. So even if you think you got outcross blood here and you ready to run it together, what's it going back to? Dax, Razor's Edge, some particular dog from Razor's Edge, Rocco, popular stud syndrome, right? We deal with that a lot. So Casey, man, I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that. Shouts out to you. Fifi, you feel me? I don't even know where you feel me on at. I just been talking. So, if I missed a point, I'm sorry. COI can be useful. You can breed it till it breaks or just kind of go by the book. Right. But if you go by the book, I think your book gonna be wrong when it comes to the American bully because of, the reasons why I said we don't have a very diverse gene pool. So I don't know if that means how we supposed to alter it to the book with a dog that's a breed that's been established for 100 years or better. So that's difficult. To really establish a breed, we do need higher COI than most other breeds. Yeah, yeah, right. You need a lot of people establishing that breed, not just like two camps though, not just like Gotti line and Razor's Edge. You need multiple people trying to establish that breed to lock in that similar look, those similar traits, but from a multitude of starting points, right? Because now we at over 1 million dogs in the registry. Um, but how diverse are those 1 million dogs from their starting point? Not from where they're at right now, from their starting point. That was good enough for me. I'm new to it all. Yeah, yeah, I know TB. I know. Yeah, but you trying to find out already though how much is too much. I know you trying to find out. And what it do, bro? What it do, man? Appreciate you tapping in. And I can't tap nobody in today, bro. Not on the Ped Talk, man. I'm just running this pedigree through my brother. We can close this joint down when I'm done. I can run another one, and we can tap in however we want to tap in at that point. He said, yeah, Pat, I appreciate that. Exactly. Then we outcross to each other's foundation. Yes, yes, with a whole fucking shitload of different dogs from the starting point. You know what I mean? Yeah. So where I'm at, y'all think it should be a outcross. It should be a line breed with the pedigree. I'll bring it up again because I told y'all what I would do, but I never really got anybody from the comments telling me what they would do. So let me bring it up again, real quick. I ain't really got to run through this again, right? Rowdy Town, Jaws, go back, situation. Blue Note's 1 in a million. It's going to take you to Rowdy Town. Reliance going to take you to Chomper. Going to take you to Situation. Dabby, she's going to take you to Chomper. Situation. Rowdy Town. Situation. Deja goes to, I don't think they have Deja's pedigree on here. All right, so you said Joe, what you gonna do, Joe? You said you would line breed to another cousin or half uncle, a kind of distant line breeding that would make sense, right? How would you do it, Joe? Would you want to see it like played out all the way through on top and bottom, or you just trying to kind of have, you would kind of be low key trying to kind of outcross it, creating a battle cross, right? What's called a battle cross, which is like a 75% and a 25%. Would you be trying to do that? Take it to similar to what you see, and then also out it at the same time? Don't I wouldn't be trying to do that. I'm keeping it going. I'm keeping it going. I'm keeping it going. I'm definitely not going to no half of what I got and half of something new. If I'm bringing in something new, I'm bringing it in tight. If I'm gonna breed to something I already got, I'm doing it tight. I ain't splitting hairs. You said top and bottom. Right, right. I'm getting ahead of the comments. I just read answer. If you want to create good structured dogs, keep line breeding and get exactly what you want. You hear me? And then when you go ahead and you take that out, then like what you bring into the table gonna be ready to overpower some shit. top and bottom, right? That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to keep going. Breathe it the same way, keep it tight. Hey, tighten that shit up. Always, right? You gotta tighten it up. For me, if you're trying to produce consistently, I don't understand why there's always a conversation in this community when people always talk about producing consistency. They don't even understand line breeding when they be saying half the shit they be saying. Either really just depends on the dog that are available to use. Yeah, I ain't fucking with either though. Either if I'm going out, I'm going out. If I'm staying in, I'm staying in. I'm not going to a 50-50 dog because I can get more or less from making the decision to do it 100%. You know what I'm saying? The only way what would make me want to breed to a 50-50 dog? I'll tell you why I would breed to a 50-50 dog, right? This is why I would breed to a 50-50 dog. And what I mean by a 50-50 dog, right? Let's call my dog here 100%. Let me try to give an example. Let's use alphabets to make it simple. I got bloodline A. My dog is bloodline A, 100% of bloodline A. Then I took and bred to her to bloodline B, which is 100%, right, of bloodline B. Now I got a dog that's 50-50, A and B. And now I got a dog over here that's like, let's say this dog is 100% of bloodline A, right? A or B. 100% of bloodline A as well. I would breed to a 50-50 dog that has bloodline D, A, B, A, B, C, bloodline C, bloodline C, because I am looking to bring it back to this. If I'm not looking to have this outcross available in the future without losing this, then I'm not doing it. But I've already created a 50-50 with one blood, two bloods. Then I'm going to create a 50-50 with a third blood and then a similar from one of these two. Only at that point, because I know I'm going to eventually breed it together. I feel like I be picturing shit in my head, and I don't even know if I can really explain it the way that I visualize it. I could show y'all what I mean easier with the breeding that I did. Let me read these comments. Fifi, you raising your hand or you saying hi to somebody? Something half and half with the right pheno would work or could work. Yeah, it is. It could work. It could work. I'm just not doing half and half unless I need both halves because I already got it in another dog. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm doing half and half, I probably already got a lot of this blood, this half in one dog, and a lot of the other half in another dog. And I'm just trying to tighten up my yard as a whole. And I'm not trying to tighten one dog. I'm tightening a whole of my program. Right. Shit, show you. Oh, yeah. You playing devil's advocate. I appreciate you playing devil's advocate. Right. All right. So look, let me show y'all that. Let me show y'all what I mean. It's a lot. This a lot. But you know what? Ain't a lot of people in here, so I'm gonna fuck with y'all tonight. I am gonna show y'all what I mean. And in order for me to show y'all this, I gotta show y'all like my plans. of some shits that haven't even come to pass yet. But let's do a mating simulator. All right. Let's look at this dog here. Father is, what is his name? The Outcast, right? All right, let's try to make this fast. The mother is Honey Drop. How many honey drops in there? Yeah, that'll be just one and only. All right, yeah, show me. I know, like, Brim is half and half. Nah, Brim ain't half and half. Brim more scattered, on the scattered side. But we ain't gonna go there, bro. But nah, we ain't gonna go there. All right, so look, I'm just gonna show y'all, right? This is matings. So here we are, right? We got homicide blood in here. We got grim blood in here, right? And then we are about to touch some muscle tone, right? This is going to be new to me. This blood here, muscle tone, is going to be new coming into my program, right? You got that. Look at this dog, the Outcast. Muscle tone is coming in from the third generation, right? We don't have that blood currently. So I'll show you what's happening. All right, this dog name is, what is this dog's name? Hold on, y'all. I got so many breedings in my head. Just let me figure out that dog's name. What is his name? Is it the one? I'm sorry, y'all. But just bear with me. We gonna get it. So, hold on. I gotta look it up. This. Y'all lucky I don't remember this dog's name right now. We go through too many pads. I know his pad and not his name. Primal Rage. I already want to take Primal Rage. No, it's not Primal. He's out of that camp though. He has more grim. I mean, more muscle tone, and I feel crazy for not knowing the damn dog. Is it Primal? Yeah, it is. Right? It is Primal Rage, Joe. All right, so here we are again. This way, more muscle tone. So this is a lot of this, and then you got muscle tone as well. So this is a whole separate breeding in my program that's still focused around grim, but it also has muscle tone touch as well, like a totally separate breeding. So at this point, this is going to still be closer to a battle cross, which is going to be like 75 grim, 25 muscle tone, right? If you want to, all depending on how you want to break it down. It can break down a bunch of different ways. But I know where I'm going with this. So being that I'm using two different dogs that's kind of set up to ease muscle tone into my program, I know that I'm doing something like this. I would not have a problem breeding to like a 50-50 muscle tone, 50-50 grim style dog, because I know I just did two separate battle cross breedings, which are 75-25, right? So once I take that and I got 50-50, it's going to start to be more of my thing by the time I'm starting to put these dogs together. That's the only way I'm trying to breed to a 50-50 dog, is because I already got some other shit lined up on the back end on some 75-25 type shit. That's just me. But Joe, I appreciate you. Primal, Joe right there, man. He said, I already want to take one of those daughters to primal rage. He already on it. Right. But Joe, instead of me waiting to take one of them daughters to primal rage, man, you know, it's gonna be, you feel me? You feel me? Or Jack? Nah, I ain't doing Jack. You feel me? You do Jack. I ain't doing Jack. You know, we a little bit more. How long is it gonna take you? Look, it took me long enough. No, Prometheus, he's cool. He's cool, right? But not what I'm going for, right? I'm more with this line. It gotta be extreme. But yeah, Primal was right. Get your head in the game and focus, please, and thank you. I'm trying to focus, man. Why don't you fall back off me? Hey, look, Joe helped me out. Joe knew exactly, where it was going. But that's a whole long conversation just to say, what it would take me to want to breed to a like a 50-50 dog is only because I'm trying to introduce that blood into my program. But I already got another one of those breedings lined up, so I can hit them together. That should be like 4 years down the line type, before you really see that product up today. The reason why I'm doing the primal and the not Samurai Jack, but his brother, Outcast. The reason why I'm doing the primal and the Outcast breeding now is if phenotype dictates, I plan on breeding those offsprings to each other, and that could be 4 years in the future. So I think you should be thinking that far ahead when you're bringing in new blood into your program. It shouldn't be, this blood is hot right now, let me bring it in. It should be in the mindset of what piece of the puzzle fits into my program right now with me using this blood. I ain't even see this. Lord, don't get them started on Grim, them, and them, and Drim. Hey, it's too late, Scooty. It's too late. I done got started. Okay, you do straight line breeds. Yeah. Yep. Line breed. And when I outcross, I'm trying to outcross to something that's line bred, right? Is this really no point of using a scattered dog? Nah. I think, once you get in the game, you start off with a foundation, you got a scattered dog, that's a blank slate. That's like an empty canvas. You get to go whichever way you want to go with that empty canvas. But once somebody already starts drawing some legs on the picture and they put some cat legs on it, and then you come and be like, well, I'm gonna put a horse neck on it, and somebody else on it. Nah, bro, they already started painting this picture. You gotta finish it. But a scatterbred dog is a blank picture. Now you get to paint that picture. Now, if you want to go in there and you want to scribble on the tablet, to me, that's like continuing to scatterbreed. Once you start the line breed, that means you got a vision for this art that you about to put together. You can see the complete picture of the puzzle. So that's why I think, breedings, when you're bringing in outside blood, you can't be on the next breeding. You got to be on, how does this breeding fall into my program? Do I have a daughter that this breeding is going to work for next year, 2 years down the line? Do I have a son off of something that's going to work for him 3 years down the future? If I do this breeding today, am I waiting for this girl to get old enough to say, let me see what's hot out there now? Depending on where you're at in your program. Like, I'm at a point in my program now where I'm doing breedings currently to prepare to never have to use another person's stud. So I'm not really breeding my dogs today to say, I wonder what I'm gonna breed her to in 2 years or 3 years. No, because I've already done several breedings that was created specifically for her. And she's going to fall in one of these categories in 2 years. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at. Tony, what's up? Okay, I like your little braids too. I see. Sneak peek. Yeah, me. You know what I'm saying? We got some little slight going on the sides. Yeah, man. Little hang time. Little top, middle, back. Fifi. Funny. You got jokes tonight too, but I'm gonna let it slide, Fifi, because you know it wouldn't be you if you didn't. At least 4 years to make aunts, uncles, and cousins. Oh man, hey, to be honest with you, man, what? Whaley is fucking 5, probably. Whaley just turned 4, or she just turned 5. Right, you know what I mean? So you're on point. Whaley just turned like 4 or 5. And now, it's a dog out there that we can breed, to one of her relatives who happen to be her nephew. But for 3 years ago, this dog didn't exist. 2 years ago, Tyrone didn't exist, or he barely became into existence. So sometimes you can't be using up all your dog's breedings either in the first year and a half. She hit 12 months, you breed her. She hit 18 months, you breed her. You know what I'm saying? And then you breed her again 6 months after that. The game ain't fucking changed at all. You just bred that bitch crazy. So, Whaley, we set her down. Waited. And the time came, he said, oh shit, we got something for you. Put your jersey back on, come out of retirement, bitch. Bust that pussy open for your nephew. That's crazy. That's crazy to say. But you hear me? Go bust that thing open on your nephew. He been waiting on this. You hear me? That's the idea. Scott get it. Joe get it. I even think Fifi get it. Scooty get it. Scooty know what's up. That's why I got something kind of scattered. I'm going to do some unorthodox shit that might not hit. I mean, I think if you're going to be risky, do it in the beginning. Do it in the beginning. He said it might not hit. Damn, I thought you was going to say it might hit. I think when you get scattered, bro, you really got to decide what blood you want when you come in the door. You really got to decide what blood am I here for at this point? And then you start to go for YOLO, you only live once. There is no link, Trey. There is no link. There's no link, bro. For sure, Trey, I got you. There is no link, brother. Can prolapse be hereditary? That is a good question, Scooty. That's a good question, Scooty. That's a great question. I'm going to tell you like this, Scooty. I just dealt with my first prolapse in a female. My first prolapse in a female. And you know what? When we had pit bulls, this shit ain't never happened. There's a lot of shit that I ain't never knew happening now. I'm trying to figure out, like, was I too young? I ain't see it all? Or did it just really not happen? But anyways, I ain't never dealt with a prolapse, not in my program, or with any of the dogs we ever had growing up. I seen my first one with my first female. And I talked to the dude that I got her from. And he told me that her grandmother had prolapsed. And I was wondering the same thing, Scooty. Can this be hereditary? But I can tell you this. What causes a prolapse is hormone levels spiking too fast sometimes, or when they do peak out, they stay there. They stay high, like your girl is in a constant heat. There is no cycle. It's just heat and it's on. There's no off switch. And then that hormone level pushes that body, and that vulva continues to swell up until it's out of her body. So I think you can work some things out with what is it called? It's something for hormones. I'll have to ask one of my people. But yeah, it is it's a hormone thing. It's a hormonal imbalance. So you can prevent it for the most part, right? If you just keep your girls on a certain type of nutrition, even when they're not in heat. Yeah, so that's something you can do. I can't say it's 100% preventable, but you can help your dogs, give them the best chance possible when you do. Breed heat, I think it's called breed heat. The name of the product, Scooty. I think it's called breed heat. Yeah, but I will also say this too, man. Let me keep going. I live 2 times. I will say this too, though, Scooty. Just because you have a prolapse, bro, that is not the end of the story for your female. Your female does not have to be your female does not have to be fixed just because she prolapsed, right? I used to think that too, but I deal with a breeder's vet, and he was like, "Send me pictures." I sent him pictures, and he was like, "Oh no, that ain't that, that ain't that." He was like, "That ain't that. Your dog can be, you know what I mean? Whoop, whoop, whoop." He said, "Whatever hit." Niggas really don't know. Dogs prolapse, keep your shit clean. Simple. Yeah, it's a hormonal imbalance though, but I can't tell you if it's hereditary, but I can tell you it's a hormonal thing. Griff, man, what's up with you, man? Shout out to y'all boys over there at Shelton Bully Kennel. Sometimes prolapse keep your bitch in a clean area or keep her clean. Hey Trey, I don't think prolapse got anything to do with sanitation though, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if you might be thinking about something else, maybe. But nah, prolapse is a hormonal imbalance, bro. But if I'm wrong, let me know. Send me the reference to a prolapse being related to sanitation or a sanitary environment. I mean, if I can learn some, I definitely do. But I'm not aware of that one, Trey. Oh, y'all talking to each other, man. Get in each other inbox, Fifi. Prolapse in males be called back. Right. I know that. A male prolapse, especially if you got a young stud always humping, right? A male prolapse is, I guess, that's equivalent to blue balls, I guess. You know what I mean? You keep on running up whoop-de whoop whoop on these little bitches and you never really fully relieve yourself as a young stud. That's a big issue. I'm just now starting to deal with studs coming of age, and my peoples who already been there, they let me know, hey man, keep your bitches separated from your males. Don't let your males dry hump when your girls come in heat. Keep keep your young males out of the way from your females. It could cause a prolapse in your male. So yeah, I'm still trying to learn shit too, because this whole male thing is new to me for the most part. And the females prolapse shit, I just dealt with it once. But wasn't from unsanitary conditions. I can promise you that. But I would like to learn more about if it's hereditary though. I really would. Dirty cages fuck up the hormones from a dirty living situation for sure. You think so? Okay. I don't know. I really don't know how it could affect the hormones. I don't know. I try to be open minded to everything though. A dirty cage can fuck up the hormones from a dirty living situation for sure. Why do you say for sure though? It's like, I'm not saying you wrong. I'm just saying, like, when you say for sure at the end of something, I need proof. I need a reference. He will have a little pink ball hanging. All right, come on, Joe. We know, Joe. We know, Joe. Yeah. Damn. Joe said he had a little pink ball hanging on his dick. Yeah. We appreciate you for the visual, Joe. Hey, yeah, Casey and Trado, bro. I wanna tap in and figure out what information y'all picking up on, or where y'all getting it from. If y'all read any studies, or what I mean, any lab, what I mean, like that's really what I be trying to do when I research some stuff like that. I'm trying to find out where they ran trials in the labs, you know what I'm saying? In a situation with 16 dogs in a controlled environment versus 16 dogs in this type of environment, that's really like the type of information I try to, pick up on like that. Like I said, I'm not saying it's not true. It's facts. And it's facts. I don't. Oh, okay. I got you. It's facts. I don't speak on shit I don't know. Yeah, but it's okay to say you don't speak on something you don't know, but still give a reference though. Tell a motherfucker where they can read up on it at too. Yes, constipation is a big cause of prolapse, along with hormone imbalance. Right, constipation. I can see that. I can see that. I can see that because the constipation is going to come with a straining and a pushing, right? I can get that because that's the same thing. You're pushing. I can understand that. I am just talking about sanitation, the environment causing prolapse. I'm not saying it's not true, Trey and Casey. I'm just saying, put me down on wherever y'all learned it at, so I can learn too. I'm not the person you can just tell me something and I be like, okay. I'm the person that when you tell me, I'm gonna go and research it. I'm be like, oh shit, bro, let me learn more about that. That's something new. I'm trying to be the best at what I do. So if you got some information I don't got, put me in the right fucking direction. That's all I'm saying. Can't talk to a motherfucker who got a dog who tongue hanging out its mouth. It's right. Yeah, Rajah is a thing for sure, for sure. Hey, man. Man, listen, man. I'm looking it up when I get off of here. I'm gonna look up the whole sanitation thing, and how it plays into to the situation, right? I already know the hormonal thing goes, but is any way we can avoid this shit? Let's do our best to avoid it. And then with Rajah, you can't really, you can't avoid that. Once the dog, you're gonna see that when the dog home. Joel, what's good, my boy? Nothing much, man. You just tapping in, but we pretty much about to wrap this thing up. Man, I appreciate y'all jumping on, chatting with me. I hope y'all enjoy y'all weekend. I hope y'all had a great week. If you go on the shows, good luck to you. Drive safe. Enjoy your time with your family, your friends, your loved ones. Spend time. Spend time with them. Hit your homie up that you ain't talked to in a minute. Just check on them or her. That auntie, that uncle, that nephew, that friend, that motherfucker you ain't seen since high school, man. Hit that person up, man, and check on them. All right. Do that. Do that. Do that. All right. For the most part, though, man, y'all be safe. I appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. Like always, man, y'all stay safe. I'll catch y'all next week.